So I've been eagerly waiting for this chapter to make its debut into the anime because this moment is obviously so epic. Because before this, we've seen tastes of Gojo's powers, throughout this season. And now we're seeing what he's really capable of with his hollow technique purple. So at this point in the anime, maybe it's a little confusing as to really understand completely what he's doing here. Other than seeing the incredible display of power and the destruction that this thing's capable of, I want to break down the finer mechanics behind this technique and give you a better understanding of just Gojo's abilities and just the overarching abilities of the Jujutsu Kaisen world. So first of all, besides his domain expansion, this is the strongest thing that we've seen Gojo do so far. And honestly, he doesn't really even have to do this to take out Hanami in this sequence. That's why he says, I guess I'll be a little rough, just to make sure that he's getting the job done here, considering the variables going into the sequence. So first he says curse technique amplification blue. So what this means is that he's using his blue technique. I don't think we've seen this in the anime yet, so I won't spoil exactly what the dynamic behind this technique is, but it's essentially what happens when he amplifies his limitless curse technique with regular cursed energy, which is also considered negative cursed energy, and I'll go more into that. But that's essentially just what blue is. It's one of the techniques that he can use under the umbrella of Limitless by just feeding regular negative cursed energy into his curse technique. Then after this, he says curse technique reversal red. So we actually have seen Gojo use this before. If you go back to the beginning of the series when he's fighting Jogo, when he puts up his finger and that red blast thing comes out of it and sends Jogo flying, that's what curse technique reversal red is. Now remember that I said blue is what happens when Gojo puts regular cursed energy into his limitless curse technique, and regular energy is considered negative energy. And that's because cursed energy in general is just born from your own negativity as a person. And that's just the standard cursed energy that we see almost every single character use in the series up until now. However, now when you're using a reverse curse technique, you're now taking that normal cursed energy, which is considered negative, and you're multiplying that with another negative energy, and now you're creating a positive. Just like in math, negative makes a positive. And then once this is done, you now have positive cursed energy. And this is the same type of energy that makes things like regrowing your limbs and other healing aspects and things like that possible. This is one of the more nuanced and extremely high level abilities within the Jujutsu Kaisen world. So now when he puts this positive cursed energy into Limitless, it develops his red technique, which is essentially repelling instead of his, normal base ability, which is stopping. So now that we have that established, what he's doing here is taking his blue technique, which is just limitless amplified by regular negative cursed energy, and he's taking his red technique, which is his limitless amplified by positive cursed energy, and he's fusing them together, and he's making what is known as hollow technique purple. You get it? Blue, red, make purple. So now that you've collided these two infinites, this new imaginary mass is born, and it just becomes this crazy death ball type thing that just erases everything in its path on a wide scale. At this point in the series, this is probably the most impressive feat of power so far. So yeah, that's Gojo's hollow technique purple, and it's just, Mappa did just a great job on this, as always. Let me know what you think about this episode in the comments. What do you think about Gojo's abilities and just how everything works going into it? Let me know, and if you liked the video, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.